Good morning, my name's Tim Rumble, I'm editor of Amateur Gardening magazine. This morning I'm going to show you how to prune, or summer prune, an apple tree. This is a Kent which produces some nice keeping apples, they're best stored. It's had a very poor crop on it this year, like some fruit trees. Others seem to have done very well, but this one hasn't particularly well. Did marvellously the last 4 or 5 years, but I've had a poor crop this year. But what we're looking to do is reduce these long whippy growths that have grown up over the summer to take them back to about 3 leaf joints, and that helps them to produce fruiting spurs for next year. So what we've got is a mass of these long growths here, yeah, and we don't want all of this long growth. We're looking to take it back to, there's last year's growth there, the old woody stuff, and I'm looking to go 1, 2, 3 and take it back about there. I'll probably take it back a little bit tighter to that one there. Okay, so I'm going to cover the whole of this tree and take all of that whippy growth off to reduce the size. Okay, here we go. Here's a nice clear, watch out for the ladybird there, you see him lurking around. What we're going to do is take this shoot here, come right the way down into the woody growth here from last year there. Okay, we're going to go, that's really where it's coming from there, from that little knobbly spur there. 1, 2, 3, and take it back to this point here. Okay, so I'm just going to snip it there like that. There we go, nicely reduced. Here's another one. We'll go in on this one and we'll look, perhaps it's better seen from this side. Here we are, nice knobbly bit of woody growth from last year. Okay, we'll go 1, 2, 3, and like I said, this one I'll take back a little. Oh, actually there, we got one, I'm missing one on the other side. 2, 3, okay. See where the secondary point is? I'm just going to cut it there, just above a joint. So I'm going to go back over the whole tree, and I'll let you see me working, and take out all of that whippy growth, and that will help to produce nice fruiting spurs for next year. There are 1 or 2 very badly crossing shoots here, which I want to take out. This one's much too close to that one, so I'll take out the lower one completely. It does look a bit brutal at times, taking so much growth off, but it's essential, A, to contain the size of the tree, because apple trees are very vigorous growers, even these on dwarfing rootstock, and B, to produce those fruiting spurs so you get lots of these lovely little things next year. That's what we don't want. This is the result probably of surface damage, and the rot's got in and completely destroyed the fruit, as you can see, going nastily there, so that can go in the compost bin. Another little problem that I've had quite a bit on this tree, but not so much this year, is woolly aphid. You can see a nice example of it here, where all this furry, fluffy growth has appeared. See that in the leaf axil there? Now that's got a nasty little bug in the inside of it, and ultimately it saps the vigour of the tree. Not a good thing to encourage, so wherever you find that, you either rub it off or cut it off. Sometimes it's on the trunk here, look, there's an example of it on the trunk, and that just wants to be rubbed out like that. There's another point about this tree. It actually started off as quite a low-growing espalier when I first put it in. That was about 15-20 years ago, and it was intended to grow gently as an espalier and shade the greenhouse window in the summer. Of course, it's deciduous, so in the winter the leaves all fall off, let the light through. So I think that was a fairly reasonable idea. Of course, it's got a little bit out of hand. The framework for me espalier is gone, and now I just roughly prune it into a relatively flat tree. But you can see this is all getting a bit out of hand here. It's starting to arch out and get broader. So come the autumn, what I'll do is I'll take off some of these bigger branches to slim it down again, and give me a narrower, thinner tree that'll let more light through in the winter, produce a sensible crop of apples, because it is quite a small tree, and there have been times when I've had, I don't know, 40 or 50 pounds of apples off it, so poor old thing gets a bit tired out. What I wanted to show you up here is that pruning an apple tree isn't really an art, or a science rather. It's more of an art. You're looking for the shape, you're looking to reduce the canopy, and if 1 or 2 of the shoots are longer than you want, don't worry too much about about cutting deeper into older wood. You might lose a fruiting spur or two next year, but of the hundreds you'll have on a tree, that won't make much difference. And what we need. And don't be tempted to lean too far either, like I'm trying to do. Move the ladders round and work within your reach all the time, then you're less likely to fall over. Okay, something I just want to show you in here. Occasionally the branches just get too old and woody and long, and I've got a branch here which is completely too long. It's running into the Boston ivy. It's going to cause a bit of a problem there. Now, even though the top growth is, the new growth is really starting from here and coming up here, so by rights I should take it out here. I'm going to take it much deeper in. I'm going to take it into, to keep it well away from the Boston ivy, so I'm going to take it out here. There we go. And probably the same with this one. It's going to be too shaded to produce any realistic fruits, so I'm going to take that out there and that out there. Okay, you're not looking, as I say, at this as a science, but more as an art. So another one here that's coming over the top, I'll pull that right back to here. Another one here that's coming over the top, I'll pull that right back to here. There we are. Just opening the tree up a little bit on the edges. Okay, another thing while you're pruning, yet another, just a little thing to bear in mind, is about the way the new growth might be facing when it comes from the shoot. If you cut back to a leaf joint, you're going to get new growth coming from around that leaf joint. And what you really want to do, what I really want to do with this, is to maintain the shape, this flat shape. So what I've got here on this stem is the opportunity to cut there, where it might grow to the right, there where it might grow to the left. Yeah, is that okay? So there to the right, there to the left, or here it'll grow this way towards me. Now that's what I'm looking for. I want this tree to be flat, and I want it to come out the shape I'm interested in maintaining, this sort of wall of leaves to shade the greenhouse. So I'm going to cut to that bud, even though I could cut a lot tighter, 1, 2, 3 to that one, or even to that one. I'm going to cut to this one to encourage growth to come this way. Oh look, nice little snail. I think I'll take him off. To encourage the growth to come this way and keep the tree in the shape I want it. Here we are. We'll make the cut just there. Now hopefully we'll get new growth out of here, and that'll take it in the right direction. Okay, and here's the tree finished for the summer prune. Anyway, look, you see just at the top there, I managed to miss a shoot. I shall pop back up and cut that off in a second. As I said, it's dead easy to miss. But let me quickly walk you around this and show you what it looks like now. Okay, all of that whippy growth has been reduced. We're back to a more sensible shape for this time of year. There's a few bits of fruit on there which I'll harvest in the autumn. Sadly, it's not a great crop this year, but hopefully with that proper pruning and an autumn prune to maybe thin out some of the more congested, the bigger, more congested branches here and flatten the shape, as I said, which is what I'm after, then we'll end up with good crops next year and a nicely shaped tree. And one thing I always look forward to with this tree is the blossom. It's a Kent, and it flowers sort of mid-spring, but it is magnificent when it comes. It's absolutely beautiful. It's one of the joys. If it never produced an apple, I think I'd still grow apple trees for the sake of the blossom. So there you are, pruning apple tree. Oh, and one last thing, don't forget to tidy up or the missus will be on your case in no time.